I realised I haven't done anything skincare routine based for a while, so this video is going to be my top 5 skincare favourites / essentials. And I do spend quite a lot of everything on my skin, time, money, everything. I do like to kind of invest in my skincare, and I've finally figured out what works on my face. It's taken me a good couple of years, and we're finally kind of working together and understand each other, and I kind of know what works best for my skin now. So to kick things off, I'm going to start with my favourite cleanser, and this is the Radical Hydrating Cleanser. And I remember when I discovered this, I think it was around 8 months ago now, I actually did a post and called it my perfect cleanser, and basically just wrote a post / letter to Radical on how much I love this cleanser, because I discovered this when my skin was going through a really rough time. I had really quite a lot of breakouts and it was just not happy at all, and this totally completely helped my skin. This is basically like the safe zone for my skin, because whenever I'm having a really rough breakout and my skin's looking a bit red, or it's that time of the month, I know I can use this and my skin absolutely loves it. I don't know what I would do without this. My skin's the kind of type that it doesn't really agree with essential oils as well. I kind of get a bit red and inflamed whenever I use too many essential oils on my face, which is why I love this, because it doesn't have any essential oils in it, and it's hydrating but also manages to take off my makeup at the same time. And I really like the creamy formula because it doesn't strip the skin. I think this is my 6th bottle now. I tend to go through this pretty quickly, but I absolutely love it. It is my perfect cleanser, and I don't really know what my skin would be doing right now without it. I'm a bit of a face mist addict. I think I own way too many face mists to count, but they're just one of my favourite steps, not only as a toner, but kind of if I'm by my desk or travelling or driving or on a plane, you just kind of spritz it on and you just feel good and perked up again. But one of my favourite face mists, actually my all-time favourite face mist, is the Omovita Queen of Hungary mist. Not only does the name make me feel really special, but it's just one of the most beautiful face mists I have ever tried. The scent is really uplifting, so it really kind of makes you feel perky and awake, because I normally use this when I'm feeling a bit drab and it's the end of the day and your skin looks really sallow. It just kind of gives your skin a boost of hydration without having to take off all your makeup and start again, and it doesn't interfere with your makeup, and it actually acts as a really nice setting spray as well. But I also use this as a toner just to kind of hydrate my skin. It adds a really nice kind of layer of hydration without adding too much of a kind of hefty extra step. This is another one of those products that a little bit goes a long way, and I've actually had this since May, and I'm only down to here, which is really good because I only need kind of a 2, maybe even 1 spritz to cover my whole face. I just wish they did these in mini bottles so I could carry them around on the go. I might have to decant one into a little tiny Muji bottle so I can just keep spritzing when I'm around, but I have taken this on the plane with me as well on a long haul flight, and it's been such a saviour, although it is in a glass bottle so it's quite heavy to carry around. The next thing is one of my favourite feel-good products, and this is the Oskia Get Up and Glow, and the name is really dead on with this stuff. If I've had a bit of a rough night, or I haven't had that much sleep, or I'm just feeling really kind of tired and puffy, I use this either before or after my moisturizer. I kind of like to use it as a serum, and it just gives you the most unbelievable glow. It just makes you look like you're glowing from within, and it's really lightweight, and it also acts as a perfect base for your makeup. But even if I'm not wearing makeup, I still like to wear this because it's not an illuminator or a highlighter. It just makes you look like you're naturally glowing, and your skin just naturally not shines, just glows, as the name would suggest. It has a really nice kind of illuminating finish, and this is my 2nd bottle of the stuff, and you do go through this really slowly, which is really good because it's quite pricey, so I only need 1 pump for my whole face, and I've actually managed to convert a couple of my friends onto this as well, and every time I wear it I do end up getting quite a few compliments on my skin, which is always nice. The next thing is a lot more purse friendly, and I actually just wrote about this on Twitter and said how much I love it, and so many of you replied saying this is one of your skincare saviours too, so that's always good to know that a lot of you agree. And this is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Fluid. I've kind of learned over the past 6 months or so, when it comes to skin, less is always more. And when I want to just take things back to basics and just rely on products that I know do the job and never let me down, this is one of those. If my skin's looking a bit red, or if I've been out in the sun quite a bit, or even if it's feeling a bit dry, Basically any skin problem, I rely on this stuff. It's a really nice kind of balmy cream, but it also dries quite matte, so it really acts as a nice primer, but it's not drying at all. This is just one of my favourite and best fuss-free moisturisers. It's paraben-free, it's fragrance-free, so I know it's not going to break me out. Basically, just one of my foolproof face skincare staples. If you have dehydrated skin, you need to listen up because this stuff has completely saved my skin, and this is the Zellen's Z Matrix. This is a really lightweight moisturiser. It has a really nice kind of jelly texture and it leaves the skin feeling really kind of fresh and awakened. I actually discovered this last year when I was skiing, and when you go skiing your skin kind of gets so tight and sore because you're kind of going against the wind and the snow, and all this like wind and snow is blowing against your face and your skin just becomes the most unmanageable thing in the world. It's just so dry and so dehydrated, and I'd come home and slather this all over my face and it would just totally soothe my whole face. So if you are someone that suffers with dry or dehydrated skin, look this way. And you do think you're getting a lot in here because it's quite a nice big tub, but it's actually only 50 millilitres. And compared to this one, which is 30 millilitres, this actually looks a lot bigger and it's only 20 millilitres bigger, but I highly recommend this. A little bit goes a long way, and it's just one of the best moisturisers I've used when my skin is really dry or really dehydrated. It is a complete winter skin saviour. Next is for those of you like me who have psoriasis, eczema, or any kind of really pesky dry patches. I get really bad dry patches on my eyelids actually. I know that's such a random place to get them, but to the point where they're so red and sore that it really hurts to like put eyeshadow on. Then I get another kind of dry patches around my face, and I get a bit of eczema as well. And this has just overnight completely saved that. And this is the African Botanics Intense Skin Repair Body Balm. This is basically like a really thick balm, but when you kind of melt a tiny bit in between your two fingers, it kind of turns into an oil. And I have never ever been more impressed with the product than I have with this. Like these eye patches on my eyes, these red flaky horrible patches, nothing was making them go, absolutely nothing. And then I actually found this, and in 2 nights flat they had completely disappeared. I've never been like so mesmerized by a product in my life. This pot is about £40 and it is really expensive stuff, but I think I've hardly used any of it at all. So if I was going to do this again, I would kind of rope in a couple of friends who have the similar skin problems as I do and kind of decant bits into little pots and all split the price as well, because that's what I've done with my friends now. You can see there's like a big hole in there, and I've given little scoops to a couple of friends and they've reported nothing but good things as well. So it's good to note that this works for a lot of people with different skin types. I haven't actually needed to use this in a while as well, because I only pop on the tiniest amount if I see something coming up that shouldn't, like a bit of eczema or a pesky dry patch, and it just kind of kicks it out the door. It's absolutely incredible. So I hardly use it, but it is well worth it. And I only hardly use it because it just does its job in a couple of nights. You could just come in to come and say bye. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and we will see you soon. He's actually just about to fall asleep. Yep, you're falling asleep in my arms, aren't you? We went on a really long walk today and he's basically falling asleep right now. Oh, there's your yawn. Alright, we're gonna go. Bye! So this is the handbag I carry around every day. It's just really simple, nice and big and black, because I carry a lot of stuff with me. But these are my favourite bits.